machine. When it comes to money, Hugo Hua is a little moved because I've been so poor lately. Even the clothes are blocked. But he doesn't want to spend money with his life. He had heard old people talk about it. The female ghost hooks the man. It absorbs all the yang energy of a man. The men who are haunted by ghosts. In the end, there is only one dry pair left, a skeleton wrapped in leather. So he said to the paper man, "Even if you are really good to me, I can't marry you either. After all, we are ghosts. Yin-yang barrier. Is it a good idea?" The white paper man said that since you are so hard-hearted, I won't force you either. But sooner or later there will be a day when you regret it. Do you remember? If your days are really when the poor can't get by, you will come to me at the barren grave of Shasanli Pyu. In the middle of the cemetery, there is a solitary grave without a tombstone. The coffin inside is where my teachers and students are located. There are gold and silver jewelry in Guangzhong, as long as you dare to come. Just use those belongings at will. After saying that, the white paper man stopped moving. Hugo Hua had the courage to light a fire, burned the white paper man to ashes. Later, there were a few times when the poor really couldn't help it. I just want to go to Shazanli Poo to dig a grave. But in the end, I held back. I borrowed and borrowed to mix up the days. 2 years later, he was desperate, cornered, and finally went to the cemetery. But that's for later. Let's not watch it for now. A lot happened during the Spring Festival this year. Hugo Hua made a paper figure to cheat his uncle of money. Finally exposed. My uncle got angry and got sick. He left after 3 days. Relatives and friends of Hu guard him like a thief, let alone lend him money. He wouldn't even let him take a bite of the leftovers. Hugo Hua put the last pair of sandalwood boxes in his house, sold for $2 silver. This box is his mother's dowry. I've always wanted to leave a thought. I didn't want to get it, but addiction strikes. I don't care about that much anymore. I used these $2 to buy a small piece of Lucky Life paste. I can't wait to light up the cigarette cannon as I rush home. Fell on the bed and sucked twice. The body is as light as in the clouds. At this moment he feels as happy as a fairy. Those who are despised on weekdays, it doesn't matter what happens to the abuse and bullying. 2 more puffs. Suddenly I found myself in a broken bed. There's something dark on his stomach. Take a look at the scripture. It turned out that there was a big mouse lying on the corner of the bed. This mouse must be very old. The beard has turned white. It's about the size of a cat. He is next to, smoking the smoke from Hugo Hua's bong. It seems that he also knows the benefits of this high happiness and longevity. Sniffing the nose, greedy enjoyment. Hugo Hua finds it interesting, say to the big mouse, "You are also addicted to smoking. It seems that you're in the same boat as me." After saying that, you will draw the big clouds at the mouse with your mouth. The mouse seemed to know he meant no harm. "I'm not afraid of him." Raise your head to accept the smoke spraying towards him. After half the reward, seems like too much addiction, slowly crawling away. So many days. This big mouse come and smoke with Hugo Hua every day. Hugo Hua was heard everywhere. Not a single friend around. Show affection for this mouse. Quite favorable. Sometimes mice come a little later. Hugo Hua endured his addiction to smoking and waited for him. But it didn't last. There is only 1 bed and 4 walls left in Hugo Hua's house. No more money to buy tobacco. He was depressed, sighs to the mouse. Uncle, uncle. Hey, I'm very happy today. But there's no more money to buy Fushu Gao. I'm afraid I won't be able to stay with you for a long time. Words will sigh. The mouse listened to him, eyes twinkling, thoughtful. Leave. When it gets dark, the mouse brought back a silver dollar, put it next to Hugo Hu's pillow. Hugo Hua is full of energy. I went into the city overnight and bought a piece of Lucky Life paste. When I came back, I burned it under the light and swallowed wildly. I sucked a treasure with the mouse. The next day, the mouse brought 3 more silver dollars. Hugo Hua was so happy that he didn't know what to say. I remember an illusion I learned when I was studying private acquaintance in the past. Just say to the mouse, just take care of the important Bao Shuya business. Everyone knows that I am poor and then lose my desire. Really my confidant. If you don't dislike it, let's become the Jinlin brothers. From then on, he became brothers with this mouse. Call him Brother Rat. Eating and sharing, smoked together, and made a nest for him in bed with cotton wool. Let the mouse sleep in the bed too. Human is N, no less than the horn of the last. Mice go out every day to dip into silver dollars. At least 1 or 2, as many as 3 or 5. From then on, Hugo Hua has no worries about food and clothing. Years later, my grandfather remembered. I always talk about these days, the happiest time of his life. It's been more than half a year. Hugo Hua gradually became wealthy. But isn't there such a sentence? Make a fortune and meet friends. Bad luck touching villain. It should also be said that Hugo Hua is poor. He was targeted by a villain. There is a rascal in the village named Wang Erganzi. He is different from Hugo Hua. Hugo Hua was at least once wealthy. After all, he has been a young master of Hu for more than 20 years. Wang Erjiangxi will not have such a good life. From his ancestors 8 times to his generation, I haven't worn a pair of pants that don't show my butt. He gloated at the failure of Hugo Hua's family business. If you have something to do, you will beat, scold, and insult Hugo Hua. Bullying young master Hu. Find some balance in your heart. He's been feeling weird lately. Hugo Hua, this poor boy, didn't do anything to make a living. Everything that can be pawned at home has been pawned by his family. Cueva is almost dead. Why do you smoke cigarettes at home every day? Where did he get the money for the tobacco? Maybe this kid is a thief. I might as well stare at him quietly. When he steals, grab him and turn him over to the government. It's better to exchange a few ocean bounties. But I stared at it for a while. Discover Hugo Hua, except for the occasional trip to the city to buy some food and tobacco. Basically stay at home. Never interacted with anyone. The less I know how he got his money, the more Wang Ergang believes. One day, Hugo Hua went out to buy something to eat. Wang Ergang took the opportunity to climb over the wall and enter his house. I want to find out what the secret of Hugo Hua is. Suddenly I found a big mouse sleeping on the bed. Wang Ergang caught the mouse with ease, thrown it into a pot of water that was burning on the stove, then pressed the lid on. I want to wait for Hugo Hua to go home and drink water. I'm watching and having fun. I haven't waited for Wang Ergangxi to go out yet. Hugo Hua is back. Just blocked him in the house. Hugo Hua took a look. The big rat in the lake has been burned alive. His eyes turned red. Pick up the kitchen knife and chop. Wang Erjiangxi was slashed more than a dozen times. Hugo Hua is a big smoker. Weakness in hands. Although Wang Erjiangxi has been hit with a lot of knives, but not fatally injured. He fled bloodthirsty to the security forces for help. The captain of the security team is a local army. Valve relatives was treating the warlord to a drink. The captain saw that it was amazing. Knife in broad daylight. Is there no royal law? Hurry up and order a few subordinates. Tie up Hu Gohua. Hu Gohua was pressed to the front of the hall. The security captain congratulated. Why do you want to kill Wang Ergangzi with a knife? Hu Gohua was in tears, sobbing at the end of the story. And then he laments, I think I was dying. I wouldn't be alive today without this mouse. Unexpectedly, I was negligent for a while. Brother Rat died. Although he was not killed by me, but died because of me. Under 9 springs, father and son, good friend, how can I feel? I work alone. Since you slashed Wang Er, if you should kill, if you should be punished, you will stop and say, I just asked the sir to allow me to go home and bury my brother's shoe. Even death is clear. I haven't waited for the security captain to speak. The warlord next to you. I was amazed and said to Hu Gohua, oh, his grandmas. Don't forget grace is a person. Don't lose heart is righteousness. So it is with mice. Not to mention people. I miss your righteousness. See you helpless. Join me as an adjutant in the army in the future. The barrel of the gun is the regime. In troubled times, what the leader says is the law. The warlord commanded his men, beat that Wang Abar with a whip, vent anger on Hu Gohua. He released Hu Gohua to go home and bury the mouse.